Hello everyone, this is David, Fairly Secret Music. I'm doing a reply to the Prog Rock Vinyl 2001 tag, and of course everyone knows that I am not a vinyl guy. Not that I don't have vinyl. I have two turntables. I have a lot of vinyl. I have like, what, gosh, probably 12 feet of vinyl or something like that, but I don't listen to vinyl all that much. So as you can see, behind me is 1/3 of the shelves that I have or something like that. But yeah, so I am a CD guy, but I'm still doing this because I love the tags that people start. There is a 2001 metal tag, but I haven't listened to any metal this year, so I'm just not doing that one. But the first person I saw that had this vinyl tag was, oh gosh, what? Let me see. John Bellamy. He had commented on some stuff today on my page or on one of my posts, and I went to look because a lot of times people will post or comments, and I'm like, wait, have I seen his videos before? And there's a lot of people that subscribe that don't even have channels. So, but yeah, I watched his. He actually kind of influenced me to get 3 CDs today. So thank you, John. Then I looked up all the questions, and so this tag was first started, I believe, by the guy who does Vinyl Verse channel. And so if you want to see any of these other Prog Rock Vinyl Tag 2021, I just put in Prog Tag 2021 and found all of them. I watched a few, but I don't like to watch any of them until I've already done my video, because then I think, oh, I shouldn't show that because somebody else has already shown that and stuff like that. So let's get into these questions. I have my list of questions here. All right, so what is the album that got you into prog? Yes, I think I had listened to Aqualung before this, but I don't really consider Jethro Tull really a prog band. We'll get to that question later. But the one album that really did get me into prog, and there's no question if this is a prog band, was Genesis Live. For some reason, this was the very first cassette that I purchased that was prog. I would say Genesis Live, Yes, Fragile, Bruford, Going Gradually Tornado. Those are the 3 first that I really think about when I think about prog. So show an album with 4 or less songs. There are 2 different versions of this. Universe Zero Heresy. This version has 3 songs. This version has 4 songs. The very first song on here is 25 minutes long. The second is 13 minutes and 20 seconds, which is called Jack the Ripper. If you want to hear great, amazing instrumental prog that's super dark, super creepy, but still have a lot of energy, that is a song. And then the third song is 12 minutes and 51 seconds. That is called Vous serez en temps voulu. I have a problem with English half the time. So I'll just let you look at that title, that third one. That one is fantastic too. All right, show an album on the Vertigo label. There were a bunch that I have that originally were on the Vertigo label, but the only ones that I could find were the first couple Gentle Giant albums Which way are we going here? There we go. This one still does have, as you can see, the Vertigo symbol on it. So yeah, I would have grabbed Octopus if I had the version that was on Vertigo. Show an album with epic keyboards. If you have not listened to, I have two different versions of this. This is the original on, what label was this? Virta, and but this one actually looks better. The song Hole on this, oh my god, the Mellotron is just epic and just heartbreaking. It's just so fantastic. I love it. It's so great. And if you have not checked out Anecdoten, do check them out. They are fantastic. I've done a video where I've talked about them before. Show a prog album. Wait. We are on number 5. Show an Is This Prog album. Jethro Tull and Aqualung. That's why I was saying. I don't consider Jethro Tull as a prog band. I really don't. I have them in my prog section for lack of a better place to put them. I do see connections to prog rock, but I don't really consider them technically a prog band. And this was the album where everybody said, oh, it's a concept album, but it's not. It's just like a collection of songs that might have some overarching themes. And of course they did Thick as a Brick, which is a concept album, the mother of all concept albums, as Ian Anderson would say. And I don't know. They did 2 other, maybe 3 other concept albums. Yeah, because isn't War Child and wow, Too Old to Live, Too Young to Die, Passion Play, and Minstrel in the Gallery, I think, are all 4 concept albums. I'm not sure. Anyway, but are they prog? I don't know. My thing just shut off here. Show a prog album from an artist or band out of Germany. So I reluctantly am showing Eloy, and this is one of my favorite ones because this is like the 80s stuff where it almost sounds like 80s Rush elements of the kind of keyboard driven 80s Rush, and I really like that. I like the cover too. I wonder if this is a Roger Dean cover. I did not even check that because I would have actually chosen this. Where is the artwork? Nope, Rodney Matthews original artwork. But so this is a German band, but so Eloy, Metromania. But I would almost have to argue that even though they were from the UK, they were mainly based in Germany for most of their career. And so I'm going to say Nectar were technically a German band because, I mean, if you are from Germany, that's where they went and recorded and did all that stuff, and that's where they were huge. I'm going to say they're a German band. There's going to be people arguing that, but you got to know they were. Let's see. Whoops. Show a UK prog artist. Here's a new band called Life Signs with John Young. Originally had Nick Beggs and Frosty Beetle on drums, Nick Beggs on bass and stick. Those 2 guys have since left, and they have John Poole, Zoltan Korzors, and Dave Brainbridge on guitar, and Steve Rispin as a sound engineer. This is their new album, Altitudes. I totally recommend checking these guys out. This one, Life Signs, check out the song Impossible. The song N is really great. It's just the letter N, and the song Different. And if you want a fantastic live album, this is amazing. The video, the sound production is just, the live production is just amazing. So yeah, British band. American band. This is a band on Cuneiform. I figured I'd show all their albums that I have. Far Corner. We got Endangered. What is this one called? That's just called Far Corner. And then we have Risk. They are a band out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and they have bass player, keyboardist, cellist, and a drummer. And yeah, so they have no guitar player in here at all, which I totally forgot about. And they're kind of in that Universe Zero vein, kind of chamber rock, kind of proggy stuff. And of course, if you are not familiar with the Cuneiform Records label, then you should be, because Wayside Music is a great place to get stuff. Let's see. Show a prog gateway album, or one you would use to introduce someone to the genre. We might as well just start with the first and one of the best, in my opinion, In the Court of the Crimson King. A lot of people will say something like, you know, like Fragile, or maybe something by Genesis, but yeah, I think if you listen to In the Court of the Crimson King and get into it right away, if it's just boom, your cup of tea, then there's going to be a lot of other prog that you're going to like. If you don't like this, then prog might not be for you. And this is the fantastic version with the Blu-ray, original master edition, alternate album, and 2019 stereo mixes. I don't have any of those huge, giant Crimson boxes, because that's a lot of stuff that I probably wouldn't listen to. A lot of live stuff that, you know, is kind of repetitious almost, but, you know. That's why I didn't buy the big, ginormous Gentle Giant box set, because it was a lot of live stuff that I don't think I would really need to listen to. Show an album with Bill Bruford on drums. Even better if you can show albums from multiple decades and multiple bands. So I didn't show any of the albums that most people would choose, like any Yes or blah blah blah. I decided, let's go from the 70s, Bruford, Gradually Going Tornado. I love this album. It has Jeff Berlin singing on it, and one time Bill Bruford, or multiple times, Bruford has said, "What was I thinking, letting Jeff Berlin sing?" And when I met Bill Bruford, I should have said, "You were thinking you're a genius, because Jeff Berlin's vocals are freaking awesome on this album. Just awesome. I love them because they're so over the top." So that was 70s. 80s, Anderson, Bruford, Wakeman, and Howe. I should probably take off the fact that I spent $4.95 on this. I love this album. I think it's fantastic. I do like the fact that Chris wouldn't like abandon Alan White just to do this. I thought that was kind of classy on his part. I do like the fact that in the live version, so they have Tony Levin playing bass on here, but on the live version you have Jeff Berlin playing bass. And then I had two from the 90s. I figured this isn't actually a prog rock album, but Bruford Earthworks. This is the tour that I actually saw him on at a place called the Dakota in Minneapolis. And last but not least, the tour that I saw Bill Bruford play on with King Crimson was the Thrack tour. And that was so fantastic. So fantastic. I believe the next one is a concept album. Let me see. Show a concept album. I started looking through all the albums that I have, and I'm like, are any of them really true concept albums? I guess there's a bunch, but the first one and the main one that jumps into my mind is Misplaced Childhood by Marillion. I like the fact that I'm doing this while wearing an Enslaved t-shirt for Below the Lights, which is questionably their most proggy album also for a black metal band. Yes, Misplaced Childhood. A female-fronted prog band, or a female prog artist. We have Bent Knee. This has the lovely, what is her name? Courtney Swain. But it also has Jessica Keon on bass, and I've seen these guys twice. Bent Knee, they're another Cuneiform artist. I'm going to just show a bunch of Cuneiform artists today. And, sorry about that. Her voice is an acquired taste sometimes. I love her voice on things like Black Tar Water and Leak Water. Fantastic. There were some things on the new album that made me just go, oh gosh, shut up. Because I don't, every once in a while she can be very shrill. But check out Black Tar Water and Leak Water if you are interested. And again, that's Bent Knee. Show a prog solo album. I guess it's a prog solo album. Robert Fripp's Exposure. If for any other reason, you would get this album for the song Breathless, which has Tony Levin and Narada Michael Walden playing drums. Oh my god, he is so fantastic. I love Narada Michael Walden when he's playing with fusion and prog bands and stuff. He's played with Alan Holdsworth, Jean-Luc Ponty, Mahavishnu Orchestra. This just fantastic. He's only on the one track, but that track is worth the price of this. But you also get, not only do you get Daryl Hall on, I believe, 3 songs. The 5 songs that he sang on, I believe, are all put back in here. But there were a couple songs that his label would not let him sing on because they said you can only sing on X amount of songs. I think it was 3. And so Fripp got Peter Hamill to sing on the song Disengage. So that honestly is a plus to me because I love Vandergraaf and Peter Hamill. Let's see. Show your favorite Roger Dean artwork. I really like that Anderson, Bruford, Wakeman, and Howe thing, but I thought I'd show a new one. I'm not the biggest fan. I probably should have grabbed one of the Green Slade album covers, but I thought this is pretty decent. I like the fact that there's these little people on the thing. You never see anybody in any of his landscapes. Just the idea of all of this, like floating cities, has always been just bizarre, and it's cool, but it's kind of samey. So I decided to show another album cover that I think is fantastic, Anecdoton's Gravity. I just love that. And this is a very oppressive prog rock album. Not really, but the song Gravity is fantastic. And it has the line, let's see, let me find it. It's getting dark, too dark to see, and angels a long time gone. Too many things I can't combine with logic, reason. How can I tell the black from white if all is black and blue? God knows where I'm going when the keeper waves me through. I love that. It's so great. So check out the title track on this. It's super awesome. I believe the next question, my phone keeps on turning off. Oh, an album released in '71. So let me see if they have a big version of this cover. I don't think they do in here. That sucks. But this one, Cressida, I always pronounce her name wrong. Cressida's Asylum came out in 1971. This was another one that was actually, both of these, their self-titled and this Asylum album, were both, oh, there's a kind of a better picture of what that cover looks like. They were both actually on the Vertigo label also. Show a Live Prog album. This is the one, I did see another person say this, but this is probably, this and that Life Science are probably two of my favorite live prog albums. But honestly, this is my favorite Gentle Giant album. Besides, I really like Octopus, but I think this is the best example of Gentle Giant at their greatest. So good, so good. Playing the Fool. Show a prog album you just purchased. Yes, today at about 7:45. Porcupine Tree's Fear of a Blank Planet. It just beat out a couple other things that I'm going to show in a few minutes. And this was probably the last one that I need. I don't really need any of their really early stuff before I can't remember what it's called. Like Signify I have, and the one before that, but I don't need anything like Down on the Upstairs or whatever it's called. But the nice thing is Gavin Harrison plays on this too. Show a prog album released within the last 25 years. This was just put out in 2019, and I saw these guys on tour with Bent Knee and a band called Thank You Scientists. This is a band called The Tea Club, and this album is called, what is it called? If When. So actually, I will show you all of their albums. This is fantastic. I won't show them in order, really. They also have General Winter's Secret Museum. This one's called Rabbit. This one is called Grappling. I don't like that cover much. And this one, which has a song called I Shall Consume Everything, which is absolutely fantastic. This is called Quickly, Quickly, Quickly. So check out I Shall Consume Everything, and honestly check out like at least the first half of this. If you don't like it, then you probably won't like the rest of it. But oh man, the first half of this album, actually I would say about 80% of this album is just fantastic. They are an amazing band from, I want to say New York. I'm not 100% sure. Let me keep that up there. So, nope, I have no idea. Yeah, I'm sure you could find out on their Bandcamp website or page or whatever. So, yeah, the Tea Club. That's all of those guys. And last but not least, wait, let's see. 19. Show a prog album with an incredible guitar solo. I know a lot of people were saying Firth of Fifth. I say The Musical Box. I love that guitar solo when everything comes in really heavy for the first time in this song. Just everything he's doing, the tapping, just the melody, how tasteful everything is. It just makes that section of the song absolutely fantastic. I love it. So what is a prog album at the top of my want list? As I've said in my last video, I just did an order, a pre-order for the 20-disc Vandergraaf box set. I don't own a CD copy, or I only own a burned copy because that was the only way I could get it, of Gentle Giant's Civilian, which arguably isn't really a prog album. It's more of a pop rock album. Gosh, I don't think there's really anything else besides Civilian that I'm really freaking out about. I do want, I don't know, let me check 1 second. I have a list of things to look for when I'm going to places, but yeah, I think that's it pretty much. I do get a lot of stuff. I don't wait for things all that much. I am looking forward to the Gentle Giant Freehand on June 25th. That is going to be fantastic. So that was all 20, but I decided to create a new question and or thing to show, and because of what John showed today or recently on his vinyl tag, and that is Star Castle. I bought these two. They're the Rock Candy remixes or remasters. I normally don't like Rock Candy, but this was the easiest and fastest way to get them. I ordered the second album, which is called Citadels, which I think is hilarious because in these Rock Candy, if you look closely, it says Survivor Citadels instead of Star Castle. So they screwed up on who they were saying put out things. But here is my addition to the thread, is bands that absolutely sound like who they worshipped, and this band is basically Yes to Electric Boogaloo. It's so astonishing. The one thing I do like is the fact that everything that bugs me about John Anderson is not present, and they have like tons of Crosby, Stills and Nash type harmonies. So it's like Yes and Crosby, Stills and Nash shoved together. The other band that is so much in the hey, we sound exactly like another band is The Watch. They have quite a few albums and they sound exactly like Peter Gabriel era Genesis. So that was my little addition to this vinyl tag. Nobody else has to do it. I just thought it was funny that You know, John's vinyl tag video made me go out and buy 3 new CDs that I had forgotten about, and I thought, wow, these guys sound exactly like Yes. And so I figured I'd also show the watch, because they have a new album coming out, I think in July or September or something like that. So thanks everyone. Check out other vinyl tags for the PROG vinyl tag, and thanks John for turning me on to this. Have a good one.